Hi chatterbox out there, it's a brand new week and you know what that means, lots of new adventures to be had. I can't believe how fast March is going. It's quite a long month, but it feels like it's going so quickly, and it is the first of spring on Thursday, which is very exciting. It means lighter evenings and sunshine, and lots of flowers and blossoms are appearing now, and I just love this time of year. It's so pretty, and I hope you guys have all had a lovely start to your week and all having a lovely Monday. I got up after a lovely lie-in and I had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and I didn't have work until Friday night now, so I've got a few days off, and I then got myself ready to go off to the garden centre with Tash as she was coming over to mine, and then we were heading off from mine to head to the garden centre, and she arrived and we headed off to the shops before that and got a drink to have for the walk up, and then we made our way up and we were listening to a bit of Lady Gaga's new album Mayhem, which is so good, and then we were having a lovely stroll up and she got some snacks with me for some of the flowers and blossoms, and I then was just having a lovely look at all the lovely flowers and blossoms that are appearing, and they're just also pretty and have such lovely colours on. I then got up to the garden centre with Tash and we were having a look around there, and I got some flower starts that I'm going to show you guys. They've got such beautiful colours and patterns on. I then had a look at the homeware and stationery section, and then me and Tash headed off into the cafe to get some lunch, and I had a cup of tea with a tuna cheese toasty with some chips and salad, and a coleslaw is so good. The lunch was so delicious, and then we stayed in there for a little bit and just chatted, and then went off and had like some more at the garden centre, and I got a snap of Robin that always comes into the garden centre, and I'll show you guys that. Robins are my favourite bird, and he's got a bit of a belly on him because people obviously feed him whenever he comes into the garden centre, and he always comes in there, and you know what they say, if you see a robin it's your loved one coming to visit you. So I think it's really cute. And then I went off to the plant section and I got some plants that's on there. That plant section is huge, and they've got a load of new plant displays there that they've put in, and I was able to get some really pretty succulent snaps. Love plant and flower photography so much, it makes me so happy. The garden centre is my happy place. We then went off and had a look at the aquarium next door to the garden centre, and then was looking at all the lovely fish, and I saw this fish tank TARDIS that you can put in your fish tank, so I was loving that. Need to get some fish so I can put that in my fish tank. I used to have fish a long time ago, really want to get some again, and I am tempted to get some dahlia seeds to plant some dahlias in the back garden and put a fence around it so bear can't get into them and rip them up, and have my own little, instead of allotment, a little flower patch, which I think would be really cute. So we might do that and invest in getting some fencing put around it so that he doesn't go over into that part of the garden, and I'm actually going to do that, and obviously train him to try not go near that bit of the garden, to stay away from the flowers. And yeah, I'm definitely going to do that actually. I think that's what I'm going to be doing next time I go to Dobby's. I'm going to get some dahlias and start planting those, as I love dahlias, they're my favourite flower, and maybe some sunflowers as well and some wildflowers, and have a little like flower patch, would be quite nice. And then we made our way back, and on the way back we got a photo in front of one of these like mirrors down country lanes, and I want to show you guys that. Such a lovely stuff with me and Tash. And then we made our way back and had a lovely stroll back, and listened to a bit of ABBA. Both love a bit of ABBA and a bit of Mamma Mia, a soundtrack. And Amanda Seyfried has apparently confirmed that they are planning to do a third Mamma Mia, which is very exciting. And then we were going to get another mirror selfie from one of those country lane mirrors to like see if cars are coming around the corner, but it was smashed up. Someone had obviously decided to smash that mirror, which was a bit annoying because we were going to get a photo. We tried to get the photo, but the cracked mirror, it just wasn't working. I did get a photo of that mirror though, because before it obviously been vandalised, someone had written on their selfie section, strike a pose, and I'm going to show you guys that. It's so cute that someone had put that there. It's just a shame that someone had obviously smashed the mirror. Bad luck for them, and doesn't matter, we managed to get that cute one up by Dobbies, just as we were leaving Dobbies. And then she headed home and we parted halfway from mine and hers, so I gave her a big hug and thanked her for a lovely trip to Dobbies. And then I made my way back, and whilst on my walk back I got some flower snaps I'm going to show you guys. I was able to get some really pretty blossom and flower snaps. Spring is definitely on its way. Cannot believe that spring's on Thursday. It's not far away. Love springtime. And I got some pretty selfies and photos of some of the flowers and blossoms as well. And saw one of my regulars and his dog, who was so cute. And he came running over to me, so I was giving him lots of strokes, and he's just so adorable. And I was talking to him about my dog and how Bear was getting on. And then I got back and had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and me and my mum were just watching a bit of Warehouse 13. I then tidied up the kitchen, and my dad took Bear off for a walk, and then I was just listening to a bit of music and watching some vlogs and TikToks and reading some more of One Day. I then tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse and sorted out my Bluetooth doll into a new look, and I'm going to show you guys that. Here is my Bluetooth doll's new look. Starting off with these shoes. She's got these pink high heels on, and some black netting stockings, and then a pair of blue shorts, and then this belt with all these keychains on, which is so cute. Then this pink jumper and blue necklace, and her black hat. And then I've changed the hair a bit, so I've pushed her hair out of her eyes so you actually see more of her face, and have these two dangling bits of hair either side. And this is the whole look. I love that new look. She's looking so pretty, and I'm loving all the new outfits that I'm able to create with the new outfits that I've got, mixing and matching those. And then for my tea, I had some pizza, and I'm going to show you guys that. You just can't beat a pepperoni pizza. It was so delicious, and I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Tuesday, and I got up after a lie-in. I then had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I then got showered and changed and just watched a bit of TV and had some cuddles with Bear, and I got a snap of him on the sofa, and I'll show you guys that. He's getting so big. I then got myself ready to go off for a walk and was enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and it's been very warm today, though a little bit windy. And I had my cotton nights and t-shirt on. This is the first time I've worn a t-shirt of 2025 so far, as it's been so warm. And then I headed off on my walk, and I had my headphones with me, and there's just some music on my walk. I then went up to the high street and had a look inside the charge shop. I went off to one of the bookshops, and I love this one of old books so much. Bumped into my family friends, so I was chatting with them. And then I had a look in WH Smith, and the fire alarm had been set off for some reason, so the ringing was deafening, so I didn't stay in there too long. Hopefully they get that sorted out. I then popped off to Greggs and got myself some lunch from there, and I had it in there as they have tables you can eat in, and I'll show you guys that. The Greggs was so good. I had a cheese and onion pasty with a cut of slice and an apple juice. and then after that I had a look around some more of the shops, and then I popped to one of the pubs and just got myself a drink from there and sat and had a drink in Beer Garden, enjoying the sunshine, and then I got a mare from there to show you. I love that golden mare with all the details, it's so pretty. I then went for more of my walk and I went down to my Count's Castle and got snaps of the castle that I'll show you guys. I love that castle, it's so beautiful and I'm really lucky to have a castle on my doorstep, and I just love going there and exploring. I'd love to do a tour of the castle someday, as I've never done a tour. I've gone there for afternoon teas and explored there a bit myself, but I'd like to find out more about it by people that are knowledge about the castle. And then I went and had a look around the town's castle's gardens, which is so beautifully kept, and I got some flower sets from there that I'll show you guys. I love those white blossoms all over the back of the castle, they're so pretty, and that pink flower stuff I was able to get to. And I've got lovely flowers and blossoms appearing in the castle's gardens, which is so lovely to see. And then I also got some pretty leaf nuts. They've got such lovely colours and patterns on, and I had a good look around the castle's gardens. I then had to sit down on a bench that was in the castle's gardens, and it was in the shade, and I sat enjoying the sunshine and blue skies, and the weather has been so beautiful today. And on Thursday, which is the first day of spring, we're supposed to be getting weather up to 18 degrees, which is insane, and I'll definitely be wearing lots of sun cream because I do not want to be getting burnt. I burn like a tomato, unfortunately. My older brother and younger brother both tan so easily, whereas I just turn into a tomato, so I'll be definitely wearing my hat and lots of sun cream when it's that hot. And then I made my way home and listened to some music on my headphones on my way back, and had a lovely stroll back, and the ice cream man was out as well, and it feels so good having the sunshine. Ice cream van out, I might even treat myself to an ice cream if it comes my way. And then I got home and my dad had gone to pick my mum up from my grandma's. She goes to my grandma's on Tuesday afternoons, and then they got back and my mum and dad are going to be going off to do the food shop later on after dropping me off to Jigsaw, which I have this evening. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home and Away, write stuff in my journal and just chill before going off to Jigsaw this evening, and we'll see you when I'm back from that. It's later on in the evening now, and I'm back from being at Jigsaw volunteering that I do on Tuesday nights. I got dropped there, and before going off there I'd just been watching a bit of TV and was chilling, and was watching a bit of Robin Hood's Prince of Thieves, which is such a great film. And my mum and dad were going off for the food shop after dropping me off to Jigsaw volunteering, so they dropped me off by Aldi car park, and I then went off to Jigsaw, and I got changed into my trackies and a jumper because I had been wearing coat lengths and a short sleeve t-shirt as it had been quite sunny and warm in the daytime, but as it got into the evening it got quite chilly, and I'm glad I did because it was Baltic out there and I was so cold. And I got to Jigsaw volunteering and it was St Patrick's Day Irish culture night, so we tried some Irish stew and also tried a bit of Irish dancing and also did an Irish quiz, which was really fun. And then we were listening to some Irish folk songs, and then it was the end of the session and I got back, and for my tea I had a salad, and I'll show you guys that. The salad was so delicious. I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for the day and watch today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and then I'm going to be watching Hollywood and Sort Your Life Out, and I'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Wednesday and I got up to a message from my work group chat saying if anyone could come in for a shift doing 11 till 3, and I was about to respond saying yeah, I'll do that, and then one of my other colleagues had beat me to it, so I then went off back to bed and I then got back up again, and I then got myself ready for the day, got changed, had some toast and a cup of tea, and just watched a bit of TV, and just catch up on Neighbours. And then my mum and myself were just watching a bit of Murder, She Wrote. I love that show so much. And my dad had gone fishing, and it was a lovely day for it, lovely sunshine and blue skies like yesterday. And I wore a thin layered long sleeve top this time around, because although it's sunny, it's still a bit nippy out there, so I wasn't going to be wearing a t-shirt like yesterday, as I found it a little bit too chilly. And then I got myself ready to go off for a walk, and I went off to the high street and had a look inside the charge shops. I went into one of the book shops and into W. Smith's, and I went off to one of the flower shops and got some flower sacks. I was able to get some really pretty flower sets from there. They have such lovely bouquets of flowers, and I also got some plant pots from there. Succulents and cactuses are my favourite type of plants. They're so pretty. I love all the pretty plant pots and all the pretty patterns on the leaves. I then had a lovely chat with the flower shop keepers in there, and then went off for more of my walk, and I had my headphones on and was listening to some music. And I love FUFN by Jade. It's such a great song, and the bridge is literally so magical. Such a great song, definitely give it a listen. And then I got some flower and leaf snaps and a snap of the medieval fish ponds, and I'm sure you guys those snaps I got whilst on my walk. I had a lovely time going off for more of my walk, and love going down to the medieval fish ponds and walking around there, and got some really pretty flower and leaf snaps. Flower and plant photography are some of my favourite things to get photos of, and it just makes me so happy. And then I popped down to my grandma's, which wasn't too far from the medieval fish ponds, and had a lovely catch up with her, and I got a snap of her stained glass window and her front door, and I'll show you guys that. It's so pretty. She had it put in a few months back, and then I stayed there for a little bit, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and just had a nice chat with her. And then I had to pop to the loo, and I got a mirror slice from there, and I'll show you guys that. I love that mirror in the downstairs bathroom. My mum actually crafted that mirror herself, and it's so cute with all the daisies around it. I then headed home, and I got back and had some cuddles with Bear, and I got myself some lunch from One Stop, and posted the letters that my grandma needed to have posted, and had some chicken Caesar wraps and some cherry cola and some crisps, and had got some Prawn Cocktail Pringles, which are my favourite Pringles. And then I was listening to a bit of music. I just watched some vlogs and TikToks and some funny dog and cat videos, and then I called Tash and we were having a good chat about how our days had been, and I'm looking forward to seeing her tomorrow night for games night at Jen's, which should be good, as it wasn't on last Thursday, as Jen wasn't able to have games night last Thursday due to being away. And so I'm looking forward to heading to games night tomorrow night with everyone and playing some games. And then my younger sister had gone off for a walk. She got back, and Bear was being very excitable, and he is always so excited to see people, whoever comes to the house, and he's just so playful, and I can't believe how big he's getting. I then was just reading some more of One Day and working on some illustrations and coloring some of those in. And then for tea I had Spanish chicken, and I'm show you guys that. The Spanish chicken was so delicious, and then after tea I walked Bear for the first time on my own. I was a little bit nervous, but he was good as gold. He didn't pull very much. And then we got back, and my older brother was back from being at work, and he'd actually driven past me walking Bear, and he came home and was saying how he was a little bit worried about me taking the dog for a walk to our mum, but he was in good hands and I was nice and calm, so not to make him panic. I was a little bit nervous, but I didn't let it show. And then the ice cream man came around and we got some ice creams, and I'm going to show you guys the ice cream that I had. I had a tub of ice cream with some blue sherbet and blue sauce on, which was mwah. And then my dad got back from being fishing and Bear was giving him lots of attention. He is definitely my dog's favourite person. Bear just loves my dad so much, bless him. And I'm now off to go and watch today's Home Away UK soaps and finish writing my journal entry for today, and we'll see you more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Thursday and I got up after a lie-in and it was a lovely sunny day and the sun was shining, and what a great way to start the first of spring. I then had some toast and a cup of tea for my breakfast. I was just watching a bit of TV and listening to some music. I did some drawing and colouring in. I was just tidying up my office and my dogs and dollhouse, doing a little bit of spring cleaning, and then I got showered and changed and was just playing with Bear in the garden and having some bear cuddles. And then me and my mum got ourselves ready to go off to get my grandma to go off to have some lunch. We went off to the Anchor, which is just down the road, and I had a ham and brie baguette with some side and some chips, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. And then we had some pudding and I had a bit of lemon cheesecake, and I'm going to show you guys that. The cheesecake was mwah, and I also had some orange and passion fruit J2Os, which are my favourite J2Os. Stayed in there for a little bit and let our food go down and we were just having a chat. And then my mum dropped my grandma home and I left from there and went off on a walk. And whilst on my walk, I got some flower starts, and I'm going to show you guys those. I was able to get some really pretty flower starts and blossom nuts whilst on my walk. I was enjoying the sunshine and blue skies. I went on a massive walk, and then I made my way back, and on the way back I got a snap in front of this mirror down a country lane, which you use to see if cars are coming around the corner, and it had been smashed and it says selfie section, strike a pose, and I managed to get a photo in front of that, and I'm going to show you guys that. I think the photo turned out quite good. I then got back and I then had a cup of tea and some biscuits. I was just reading some more of one day when I was back and was having some more cuddles with Bear, and then I was just listening to a bit of music and just doing some drawing and colouring in, sorting out my office and Dolls and Dollhouse, doing more of a spring clean. And I then was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who and watching some vlogs and TikToks, and I'm now just going to be chilling before going off to Jen's this evening for games night. And I am on pudding duty, so before getting dropped to games night I'm going to be going to the shops to get some pudding, and we'll see when I'm back from games night. It's later on in the evening now and I'm back from being at Jen's for games night, and my younger brother and his girlfriend had popped over and they were going down to our grandma's for tea, so they dropped me down as my grandma lives around the corner from Jen's, and I had to get pudding for games night just before that, so I've gone off to Co-op Food and got some chocolate cake, some whipped cream, and also got some chocolate mini brownie bits. And then they dropped me down to Jen's and we were playing some games of Monopoly Deal, and then Tash and Jamie arrived, and it was me, Dean, Jamie, Tash and Jen, and we had our tea and we had some burgers with some chicken and cheese in, and they were so good, and some seasoning on the top. And then for pudding we had some chocolate cake and some cream and some mini brownie bits, and also some bits of some pink donut, and I'll show you guys the food that we had. The food was so good, and then we played some games of Muffin Time and also played some games of Uno Flip and Crack List, and had so much fun. Also had so much fun at games night. And then I walked home as it was a nice evening. It wasn't too cold, it felt more like summertime, and I'm loving this warmer weather. So I got back, and my older sister had been at a committee meeting, so she came back as well, and we were then just having a chat, and I was telling my mum and older sister all about how games that had been, and I'm now off to go and finish writing my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away and UK soaps, and we'll see you in more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Friday. I hope you guys are having a lovely end to your week, almost the weekend. I got up early, ready to go off to morning group and had some breakfast and just watched a bit of TV before that. And I got a mirror selfie from my bedroom mirror with my plushies underneath the mirror. Got my mushroom, my star and sun plushies, which are so cute, and I love the stars around the mirror, and I'm showing you guys that. Such a cute little section to my bedroom, and you know how much I love a mirror selfie. I then got dropped to morning group by my mum. Got to morning group and we were doing some making of wraps, so we were putting lots of cucumber and lettuce and cheese and spring onion and lots of different things in there, and we then split it into 2 wraps and made the wraps, and then we were doing some colouring in and had some cups of tea and coffee and some biscuits and just had a good natter, and it was a really chilled morning and always have so much fun at morning group. And then it was the end of the session and I got picked up and got back, and I'm going to show you guys the wraps and the colouring in that I did at morning group. Here's what I got up to at morning group this morning. I did some wraps, so we made wraps with cheese, pepper, cucumber, spring onion, lettuce, carrot. Grated all of that up and put those in some wraps, and I can't wait to have this for my lunch. And then we did some arts and crafts and used these paper doilies, which are so pretty, and I did these two. I put some flowers on with some little stems, linking them all together, and then this one here, which has lots of these little circles coloured in, and had such a great time at morning group. I always have so much fun at morning group. I then had my wraps that I made at morning group for my lunch, which was so good. I had a cup of tea with that and just watched a bit of TV. I then wrote some of my journal and was writing some of my short story that I'm working on, listened to a bit of music and read some more of One Day, and then tidied up my office and my dolls and dollhouse. I then headed off for a walk, enjoying the beautiful sunshine and blue skies, and listened to some music on my headphones whilst on my walk. I then headed up to the high street and went off to one of the bookshops in the high street, and I love the smell of old books. I then headed off to the plant shop at the top of the high street and got some plants out from there. They've always got such lovely plant displays in there and all the pretty succulents and cactuses. And then I went off and had a look around some more of the shops, and then got myself a drink for work this evening and some bits from there. I then got back and I'm now off to go and just chill and watch some more episodes of Doctor Who and have my uniform ready for work this evening, and we'll see you when I'm back from work. It's later on in the evening and I'm back from being at work. I had work 7 till close, and I got myself ready for work and had to wear a black t-shirt to work as both my work tops were in the wash, and I have that black top just in case things like this happen, and so I had to wear that, and I didn't mind because it's very airy and makes me not sweat as much as I am normally melting when I'm at work, as it's pretty hot in my workplace, and so it keeps me nice and cool, which I like, and it's also very flattering, which is good. And then I got dropped to work by my dad. Got to work, got clocked in and put my bag away and got my drink out that I got from the coffee shop earlier in the day to have. And we had a great team on. It was me and 2 other colleagues on shift, and we had a great players playing. So whilst cleaning tables, I got myself singing along to some of the songs, and I was chatting to some of the regulars, and was just getting loads of the clothes and cleaning jobs done. And I was supposed to be doing a 7 till 10, but one of my colleagues I was on shift with had a split shift the next day, so I stayed on till close and let them go home early. And then in the end, the other college that we were on shift ended up going home early, so it was me and the person that was on a split shift the next day on till close. I was with them instead, and we absolutely smashed the close and always worked so well together. And she'd got a takeaway for across the road just before close, as she hadn't had any lunch, and got me an apple tango, which was really nice of her to do so. And then she blitzed to close and always do so well together. And then clocked off, got my bag and headed off. I got picked up by my mum, and then we got home and I put my work clothes out ready for work the next day, and my clean white top is on the radiator ready to be used tomorrow. Or I might actually just wear my black t-shirt because I prefer wearing the black t-shirt, and definitely gonna keep wearing that for my backups because it's a good t-shirt. And then I had my tea, and for tea I had some Spanish chicken with rice instead of pasta for a change, and I'm gonna show you guys that. It was so good. I then was just sorting out my office, tidying up that a little bit, and sorting out my Brita doll's new look that I'm going to be putting it in next week for her look for next week, and he's getting that nice and prepared. And then I was just watching some vlogs and TikToks, and I did a plushie TikTok which is getting a lot of likes and comments, and showed my plushie collection in one of the TikToks, which lots of people were loving. And then I was just watching today's Home and Away, and I'm now off to go and watch this year's Comic Relief, and it's Comic Relief's 40th birthday, and I will see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Saturday, and I hope you guys are all having a lovely start to your weekend. I got up, showered and changed, ready for work, and I was doing a 10 till 5. I'm doing a 9 till 5 tomorrow, which meant I got a little bit of a line this morning. And I then had some porridge and a cup of tea for my breakfast, and I got a cute snap of Bear cuddled up with his cuddly toys, and I'll show you guys. He loves his teddy bears. And then I was quickly watering my succulents and cactuses I have in my bedroom window, and one of my succulents has started to grow a pretty pink flower, and I'm going to show you guys a clip of that. One of my cactuses has started growing this pink flower on. It's so pretty, and yeah, I'm loving how it's starting to come out and bloom. I find it so fascinating when things like this happen to my plants and succulents, and it hasn't done that before, which makes it even more exciting. I then got dropped to work by my dad, and I got to work, got clocked in and put my bag away, and it was me and 3 other colleagues on shift, although Tash was running a little bit late, so it was just me and 2 other colleagues to start with. One was on coffees, one was on bar, which meant I was on floor on my own, so I was running most of the food and drinks, and Tash arrived, and I was absolutely melting. It just gets so warm in that place, so I ended up getting changed into a spare top I had in my bag, and I just had a black top that I use just in case I get anything down my top, so it's my backup top, which is always coming in handy. And then I was just running lots of food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and drinks making, and cleaning lots of tables, and saw and chat to some of the regulars that come in on Saturdays, that come in most Saturdays, and we had quite a few big bookings, and so that kept us busy. And we had a great team on and a great music players playing, and I caught myself singing along to some of the songs whilst running food and drinks. And then it calmed down, so I did a massive clean up, and then it was the end of my shift. I was supposed to be doing a 10 till 5, but I ended up just doing a 10 till 3 instead, which is a nice little surprise, and it made the shift go a lot quicker because I was expecting to be finishing at 5, not 3. I then clocked off, got my bag, and I got changed into my jumper that I'm wearing now. This was in my work bag, and then me and Tash went off to go to this craft market they had on in the high street, and for that I popped to one of the flower shops. They've got such beautiful flowers in there, lovely colours, and all smells so good in there. And I was having a lovely catch up with a flower shop keeper in there, and I found out sadly that due to the rent going up, they're going to be having to move locations, but it should hopefully, fingers crossed, be in the high street or somewhere around there, as we've got quite a few empty units, and it's because the St Mary's Centre's quite like rent is just going up, and it's been like that for a long time now, and it's just ridiculously expensive and just so daft. So that's a shame, but they said watch this space, so looking forward to seeing them in their new location. And then Tash got a snap of me out the front, as they have this really beautiful archway with lots of these flowers all around it, and I'll show you guys that. Then after that, me and Tash went off and had a look around the stalls at the craft fair in the high street, and we came across this really cool stall that had some handcrafted wooden earrings, and of course Tash, being earring obsessed, had to get some, and she got some really cool earrings, and I had to hold the mirror up while she tried on the earrings and like saw what they looked like on her, and they're really pretty earrings. And then I came across another stall that had these crafted, knitted, crocheted plants, and I was either going to get this one or this one that had a pink flower on, and as you guys know, I love sunflowers, so I had to get this one. I think it's sunflower daisy, but I guess it was gravitated towards this one, and it's just so pretty. Look at that little face. And then we went off and had a look around some more of the charge shops, and then popped into the plant shop at the top of the high street and had a look in there, and I got some flower stats from there. We're then having a look at some of the plants in there and chatting with the plant shopkeeper, and then I got a mirror selfie of this mirror with lots of plants around it, which I love getting selfies in front of. It's so pretty, and I'll show you guys that. And Tash had to head off as she was back in later on, and she was doing a split shift. And then I went off to Greggs and got myself some lunch from there, and then I got back, and for my lunch I got a cheese and pasty and this really cute biscuit with a jammy heart shape in it, and I had that with a cup of tea, and I'm going to show you guys that. It was so delicious. I love those biscuits with the heart cut out of them, and I had an apple juice as well, but I had that on the way back from my walk home and was listening to music on my headphones. And then I was just watching some episodes of Doctor Who, listened to a bit of music and just did some drawing and colouring in, and I got my clean uniform ready for work tomorrow, doing a 9 till 5. And then for tea we had burgers. The burgers were so delicious. Haven't had burgers in ages, and I'm now off to go and finish my journal entry for today, and then I'm going to be watching tonight's Britain's Got Talent and just chilling for the rest of the evening, and we'll see you with more of the vlog tomorrow. It's now Sunday. I hope you guys are all having a lovely Sunday rest. I got up ready for work and had some breakfast. I had toast and a cup of tea and just watched a bit of TV and was listening to a bit of music before going off to work. I then got dropped to work by my dad, and I got to work and got clocked in. I put my bag away and I got myself a drink just before going to work from the corner shop, and helped my colleague open up, and it was just me and one of my colleagues to start with, and then another of my colleagues came in at 10, and it was just 3 of us on shift, and it started off quite quiet, and I was just wanting some food and drinks and doing food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning tables, and then it got quite busy and we had quite a busy lunch rush, and we had a duo come in and perform some music for a Sunday session that we have on Sundays, and they were really good, and I caught myself singing along to some of the songs they were singing whilst cleaning tables. And then I got to have a lunch break, and I had some pancakes with some maple syrup and banana on. The pancakes with the maple syrup and banana was so good. I listened to music on my headphones and read some more of One Day. I bought my headphones and One Day in my work bag, and had set an alarm to go off when my lunch break was over, and that went off, so I put my headphones and my book back in my bag, and then continued on with my shift. and was running more food and drinks, doing food and drink orders and drinks making and cleaning tables, and someone tried to sell the regulars, and food tickets weren't printing, which is very annoying, so it was having to print off receipts instead, and it finally started to work again, thankfully. And it's just so annoying when food and drink tickets stop printing, and so I had to make sure that kitchen had all their food tickets and that the barista had all their drinks tickets, and then it got under control. And then two of our colleagues I was on shift with were on split shifts, so they both finished at 3. One of them went home earlier actually, and then another one finished at 3, and it was just me and one of my other colleagues who'd been in kitchen who came up front, and it was me and them until 5, and my other colleague came back in to start the second part to their split shift, and I was free, and I clocked off, got changed to this jumper that I have in my bag, and got a really cute mirror selfie from one of the mirrors at my workplace. I love that mirror, it reminds me of the mirror from Harry Potter, it's so pretty. I then head off to get picked up by my dad, and I got picked up and went off to get my cash out that I'm going to be only spending a certain amount of cash a week to help me to not be tapping on my card as much, and it's going well so far, and I've still got money saved over, which is good. That's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to like not be tapping my card as much and help with budgeting and picking something out and being like, do I really want this, waiting a few days, and if I really do want it and think it's worth the money, then getting it, but if not getting it just for the hell of it, as I am a little bit of a shopaholic. And yeah, it's going really well so far, although I did have a bit of a splurge the other day, but that's the last splurge for a while. I'm going to be good. And then I got back and my grandma had come over, she'd been brought over for tea, and my mum was getting the roast ready, and I then put my work clothes in the wash, and I'm now not until Wednesday evening. Wednesday daytime, I was supposed to be having Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday off, but I'm now working Wednesday daytime, be working with Tash, which is going to be good and gets me some extra hours. And then I was listening to a bit of music and doing some drawing, colouring in, and we do some more of one day, and I am so close to finishing it. And then I went off for a little evening stroll, enjoying the lovely sunshine and blue skies, and I got some flower stamps whilst on my walk, and I'm show you guys. I love all the blossoms and flowers that are appearing now. Spring is here, and it's just such a beautiful time of year. And got a snap of the sunset. It's got such beautiful colours in the sky. I then popped to see my grandpa's grave and had a little chat with him. I then got back, and my older brother was back from being at the rugby, and for tea we had our Sunday roast, and I'm going to show you guys. The Sunday roast was so good, and the crackling, I love crackling. And then my grandma got dropped home by my dad, and then my dad got back, and older sister was over from being at hers after the rugby, and her team won their rugby game. And then I was watching this wildlife documentary and had my pudding. I had a donut with a cup of tea, and had waited to let my food go down first, and I'm going to show you guys a photo of that. The donut and cup of tea was so good. And then we were watching a bit of Antiques Roadshow, and I finished writing my journal entry for today and put that away, and rang Tash and was just having a chat with her, telling her how my day had been. She was telling me about her day, and she won her football game, which is awesome. And we're going to be going for a walk tomorrow nearby to where Dobby's is, to a little village called Tivington, to go off to the pub there and have a little walk around there, as it's very cute, very picturesque little village, and I'm looking forward to that. And I'm now off to go and watch some more episodes of Doctor Who, and I can't wait for new Doctor Who to be out next month. Very exciting, and the trailer looks amazing. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week and weekend, and all have a great new week ahead. Please like, comment and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon.